professionals who facilitated the field administration of the KCSE examination through their various roles. This included Ministry of Education and TSC officers, security officers, center managers, supervisors, invigilators, and drivers. The Council also engaged 30,980 examiners for the marking of the KCSE between 17th November and 18th December in 40 marking centers. We want to appreciate all the examiners. Please applaud them. They did an excellent job. NEC also wishes to recognize the support accorded by other ministries, departments, and agencies within government throughout the process, which culminated in the successful conduct of the examination. CSR, let me now turn to this year's examinations and assessments, because the rest will be handled by the CS, and say that our biggest challenge is always registration of candidates. And I wish to take this opportunity to invite every parent who has a child entering grade 6, grade 9, and Form 4 this year. Please take an interest in finding out if your child has been registered. We are going to open the portal for registration in February, and this will happen between February and March. CS, sometimes we get parents calling us a month to the exam saying, I've just discovered my child was not registered. That makes our life very difficult. So please, we want to appeal to all parents. Please make sure that you check with the institutions. If you have a child in grade 6, grade 9, and Form 4 this year, ensure your child has been registered. The next issue is that we will make an SMS platform available in the month of April so that every parent can confirm if their child has been registered. So by April, when the children come for their holidays, take an interest and ensure that your child has been registered. For senior school, CS, allow me to point out that NEC has made arrangements so that we have a platform, a portal, so that all teachers who are teaching in senior school can be able to take their time to develop their capacities around competency-based assessments. Please, all teachers teaching in senior school, we want to invite you to visit the NEC portal. The course is free, you don't pay anything, and it will help you a lot as you navigate the process of implementing the senior school curriculum. With that, CS, because I know that our candidates are very anxious and they are waiting to get their results, I will not say much, but I'll now invite the CEO, Teacher Service Commission, to come and make her remarks, and thereafter I will invite the chair of the council to also make his remarks. Thank you.
Our Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Julius Ogamba, our Principal Secretary, Ambassador Professor Bitok, our Chairperson, NEC, Professor Julius Nyabundi, the CEO NEC, and all other CEOs present, fellow NEC Council members, senior staff from Ministry and TSC, members of the press, good morning. Allow me at the onset to express the Teacher Service Commission deep appreciation to our teachers across the country. They are the men and the women who prepared the candidates, supervised and invigilated the examinations, and participated in the marking process. We do applaud your professionalism, your resilience, and the commitment that ensured that this national exercise was conducted with credibility, integrity, and fairness. In 2025, the Commission vetted and released 77,600 of you, comprising center managers, supervisors, invigilators, to man the national examination. I also want to take this opportunity to appreciate the multi-agency team that endured early mornings and long hours. You really put in a lot of long hours to support examination administration. You were very vigilant, you monitored, you supervised, and that is the reason why we are here today to confidently celebrate the seamless and successful completion of this exercise. We would not have done what we did without the leadership and direction of our CS, who is the lead in our sector, the Cabinet Secretary, Professor Bitok, the NEC Council. They provided the necessary stewardship and coordination of the multi-agency efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, today marks a milestone on the academic journey of the 2025 candidates countrywide. I congratulate each one of them for their discipline, for their perseverance and determination that brought them to this moment. As you receive your results, candidates, I encourage you to see the outcomes not as an end, but as a foundation upon which you build the next phase of your lives. Remain focused, stay curious, and continue to pursue excellence. On grade 10 transition, allow me to say this. We want to assure parents that all teachers are prepared to receive the grade 10 CBE candidates who will join senior school from Monday. Our teachers are adequately equipped with the competencies, with the skills, and the confidence required to meet the diverse learning needs of our CBE students. I appeal to our heads of institutions at senior school to broaden the curriculum. Of course, facilities allowing, we know some of you do not have the necessary facilities to ensure that learners joining senior school have the necessary facilitation to explore their potential in all areas of the curriculum. The Commission is determined to address the existing teacher shortages in the new learning areas. With those very few remarks, I want to urge all of us to remain steadfast in our resolve to provide every learner in Kenya with quality, relevant, and inclusive education. I want to wish all of you a prosperous 2026. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Evelyn. I now want to invite the Chair of the Council, Professor Nyabundi, to come and make his remarks, and then invite the PS.
Good morning, all of you. I wish to recognize our CS, Honorable Julius Ogamba, our PS, Ambassador Professor Julius Bitok. My name is Professor Julius Nyabundi. See those Julius. All other protocols observed. The CS, Mr. CS, the CEO of NEC has talked. The teachers and the schools did their work in preparing the candidates for the examinations. They did a good job at their level. NEC has done its job in setting, administering, and now being ready to release the results. Today, our role is to release these results as a realization of the ultimate fruit of these efforts. As the chairman of the council, I wish first and foremost to introduce my members who are here. It's a very powerful council. First of all, I have my first and foremost member is none other than my PS, Professor Ambassador. Please, everybody knows him by now. My other member is none other than the CEO of KCSE, the largest employer in this country. There are other members who are not here today, but I have Mr. Zephaniah Koech, my member. And ultimately, we have the CEO of NEC himself, Dr. David Njegere, who has done a commendable job along with his members to bring us this far. We are here today to release results, and this responsibility is bestowed upon the CS, accompanied here with his senior members of the ministry and other agencies. I want to recognize my colleague, Dr. Wahome, who is in charge of COOPS, and anybody else who is here, any other CEO of the agencies who is here today. We appreciate your efforts. We all work together as a ministry. The responsibility of releasing these results is bestowed on the CS. And therefore, I want to take this opportunity to invite the PS, who will then invite the CS to do what we are all here for. Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Our Minister, Waziri Julius Migos, our Chair of NEC Council, Professor Julius Nyabundi, our CEO, NEC and CEO TSC, all protocols observed. Good morning. Allow me at the beginning, Waziri, to thank you for your excellent leadership in this sector. We have seen a lot of coordination, a lot of positives in terms of how you have been able to manage and coordinate the sector. I don't know whether what the chair of NEC will say, it is because of the Juliuses that follow each other. And the sector is really... You know, I say this because I got a call from one of the stakeholders who is in here a few days ago and said, for the first time in many years, he told me he's 25 years old in the profession, he has never seen capitation released before schools open. It's a record thing. So, you know, I'm new in the sector, but I'm home. So I'm delighted really this morning to be part of this important process of releasing results for 993,226 graduating class of 2025. The results are good, and I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the class of 2025 KCSE. Waziri, the state of competence-based education is strong. We are doing everything under your leadership to ensure that we put competence-based education on track. We know we are in the third last cohort of KCSE, but the future is really bright in matters of education in this country. We have been able to place 1.1 million learners transiting from junior school to senior school. We have given them an opportunity for the first time also to do their vast revision. For those who didn't like their pathways, we give them an opportunity. They have revised the first time, and we have given them also a second chance. If they didn't like again the first revision, we have given them a chance that is closing today. So these are record things. The system is very transparent. We are using a very open and digital and transparent process to be able to ensure that every learner in this country gets an opportunity to go to any school of their choice, depending on their capacity of these schools. Waziri, allow me also at this juncture to thank all the teams. These examinations of 2025 has been approached as a whole government approach. We have our teams from Ministry of Education, our field officers, we have our Ministry of Interior, including GAO, including the DCI, including the entire security apparatus of this country. We have our Ministry of ICT, including Communication Authority, and other stakeholders who have worked with us, which I want to thank very sincerely for the work they have done. As I wind up, Waziri, allow me at this point to assure all our stakeholders who participated in 2025 exam that we are working very closely with Treasury and their dues will be paid as soon as possible. We are working on that. Allow me also, Waziri, to say that the placements and the transition that we are doing, we are having a new system called Kenya Education Management Information System, which is helping us in the transition, and we are moving everybody. Soon and very soon, the entire education ecosystem will be under one digital platform, so that whatever thing you need to know in education, just at the click of the button, you can know the status of the results of your student, and you can know everything going on in the education sector. With those few remarks, Waziri, allow me also to emphasize that competence-based education is the education system that is going to transform this country from third world to first world. And it is real, and it's coming very, very soon. Let us now rise up, ladies and gentlemen, to invite our chief guest, who is the Minister for Education, Honorable Julius Because. Can we put our hands together to warmly welcome our Minister? Karibu sana, Waziri.
Thank you, PS. Please be seated. The Principal Secretary, the State Department for Basic Education, Ministry of Education, Ambassador Professor Julius Bitok, our area MP, Professor Phyllis Bartow, the Chairperson of the Kenya National Examinations Council, Professor Julius Nyabundi, the Chief Executive of the Kenya National Examination Council, Dr. David Njengere, the Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Teachers Service Commission, Dr. Evelyn Mitei, the CEO of COOPS, Dr. Mercy Wahome, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning again. Ladies and gentlemen, examination and assessments have always stood at the heart of education. They serve not merely as a measure of learning, but as a compass that guides the nation's future. As the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, KCSE examination draws to a close with the phasing out of the 844 system, we recognize its historic role in shaping generations of learners. Yet, education must always evolve to meet the demands of a dynamic world. The transition to competency-based assessment marks a decisive step forward, one that shifts our focus from rote memorization to the demonstration of skills, values, and knowledge that empower learners to thrive in the 21st century. It is in this spirit of transition that we gather today to mark the release of the results of the third to last cohort to undertake the KCSE examination, even as we celebrate the progression of the very first cohort under the competency-based education into senior school this coming Monday. This moment stands as both a culmination of a long-standing tradition and the dawn of a new era, affirming our collective commitment to assessments that not only measure achievement, but also nurture the competencies required for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to extend my profound gratitude to all sector stakeholders who year after year have demonstrated unwavering dedication in preparing our KCSE candidates and ensuring the successful and seamless administration of the national examinations. Their commitment has safeguarded the credibility of our examination system and upheld the high standards that define our education system. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the concerted efforts of colleagues across the Ministries of Education, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, and Information, Communication and the Digital Economy, as well as the Teacher Service Commission during the administration of the 2025 KCSE examination series. In the same vein, may I commend all the center managers, supervisors, and invigilators for their integrity and diligence that have made this examination cycle a success. Today, as we release results for 993,226 candidates, I wish to register my sincere appreciation to His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, for his trust and steadfast support in enabling our team to implement critical reforms in the education sector. These reforms are geared towards transforming the delivery of learning and teaching in order to nurture and build every learner's potential and to equip them with the skills and competencies necessary for life in the 21st century. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, the government has employed a record 100,000 teachers since 2023, with 24,000 of these teachers recruited this year. A record total of over 25,000 teachers have also been promoted. To better prepare our teachers for the rollout of the competency-based education, our teachers have been retooled and reoriented to the new system. The primary objective is to strengthen teaching and learning in our schools and consequently to improve our education outcomes. In order to enhance access, we are expanding infrastructure across our basic education institutions. In the financial year 2024-2025, we built a record 23,000 classrooms across the country to support the transition of the first grade 9 cohort. This year, we will construct a total of 1,600 laboratories in various senior schools in order to support practical learning. To anchor these reforms on a solid legal and policy foundation, we will soon be presenting a sessional paper and 11 bills to Parliament for consideration and enactment. Once passed, This will help entrench efficiency and effectiveness in our education system and affirm its competitiveness globally. We also continue to support our learners with capitation in fulfillment of the government's obligation to provide free and compulsory basic education. For this school year, for instance, we released the sum of 44.2 billion shillings as capitation for learners in all public basic education institutions ahead of school opening. This is the first time that capitation has been disbursed before schools open. Heads of institutions are expected to ensure prudent use of these public resources for the benefit of learners and to desist from imposing any extra levies or fees upon parents. The candidates whose results we released today are now expected to transit to tertiary institutions, either in universities or TVET institutions. At the tertiary level, we are implementing the student-centered funding model by which the government supports students and trainees by way of scholarships and loans depending on the level of need of each learner. To enhance access and affordability, fees for academic programs in our public universities have also been rationalized by between 15% and 40%, so that the fees for university education programs range from 5,800 to 75,000 per semester, depending on the program of study. I call upon all eligible candidates, therefore, to apply for placement to programs of their choice once the process starts. I now wish to provide an overview of the performance of the 2025 KCSE examinations cohort. Ladies and gentlemen, during the 2025 KCSE examinations, 993,226 candidates sat the examination compared to 962,512 candidates in the year 2024. This represents an increase by 30,714 candidates, which is an increase of 3.19%. Of the 993,226 candidates who sat the 2025 KCSE examinations, 492,012 were male, while 501,214 were female, representing 49.54% and 50.46% of the total candidature, respectively. This is the second year in a row since inception of the KCSE examinations that female candidates are more than male candidates. However, 10 counties had a significant entry of more male than female candidates. These were Garissa, which had 66.24% to 33.76%. Mandera had 65.09% to 34.91%. Wajir had 60.10% to 39.90%. Turkana had 57.67% to 42.33%. Narok had 53.10% to 46.90%. Samburu had 52.43% to 47.57%. Mombasa had 52.08% to 47.92%. Homa Bay had 52% to 48%. Nyamira had 51.9% to 48.03%, and West Pokot had 51% to 48.16%. 14 counties had a significant entry of more female than male candidates. These were Vihiga, which had 55.905% to 44.10%. Elgeyo Marakwet had 55.06% to 44.94%. Kisumu had 53.87% to 46.15%. Kiambu had 53.23% to 46.77%. Kwale had 53.19% to 46.81%. Nairobi had 52.90% to 47.10%. Kakamega had 52.47% to 47.53%. Meru had 52.22% to 47.78%. Isiolo had 52.21% to 47.79%. Uasin Gishu had 52.14% to 48.26%. Busia had 51.72% to 48.28%, and Tharaka Nithi had 51.57% to 48.43%. 23 counties, however, recorded near perfect gender parity, which counties were Lamu, Marsabit, Embu, Tana River, Laikipia, Kisii, Baringo, Migori, Trans Nzoia, Nandi, Kajiado, Taita Taveta, Kericho, Siaya, Kilifi, Bomet, Nyeri, Nyandarua, Murang'a, Nakuru, Kirinyaga, Bungoma, and Makueni. The number of candidates aged 16 years and below increased from 20,546, which was 2.13% in the year 2024, to 26.391 or 26,391, which is 2.65% in the year 2025. The highest percentage of candidates registered for 2025 KCSE examinations were within the appropriate age bracket of between 17 and 19 years, constituting 716,048, which is 72.02% of the total candidature. In the year 2025 KCSE examinations, 17 subjects recorded a significant improvement in performance, similar to the number of subjects that recorded significant improvement in 2024. 11 subjects recorded a significant decline in performance in the year 2025 compared to 10 in 2024. Female candidates recorded better mean score performance than male candidates in the following 6 subjects. That is English, Kiswahili, Kenya Sign Language, Home Science, CRE, and Art and Design. Male candidates recorded better mean score performance than female candidates in 11 subjects, namely Mathematics, Alternatives A and B, Biology, and Biology for the Blind, Chemistry, General Science, History and Government, Geography, IRE, Building and Construction, and Business Studies. The performance of male candidates was comparable to their female counterparts in the following 7 subjects: Physics, Agriculture, Computer Studies, French, German, Arabic, and Music. The number of female candidates registered in the following 5 subjects was too small to allow for a meaningful comparison of performance with their male counterparts. That is metalwork, power mechanics, electricity, drawing and design, and aviation technology. As has been the case since 2023, KCSE examination, the 2025 KCSE examination results have been graded using the reviewed grading system, in which the overall grade at KCSE examination considers mathematics, the best performing language among English, Swahili, and Kenyan Sign Language, and the best performed 5 subjects. There were 1,932, which is 0.19% candidates who obtained an overall mean grade A plain in the year 2025 KCSE examination. This is an improvement as compared to 1,693, which is 0.18% candidates who scored plain A in 2024. The number of candidates with direct university entry qualifications of mean grade C plus and above was 270,715, which is 27.18% in the year 2025 KCSE examination. This is an improvement compared to 246,391, which was 25.53% in the year 2024. The number of candidates with grade C minus and above was 507,131, which is 50.92% in the year 2025 KCSE examination, compared to 476,889, which was 49.41% in the year 2024. The number of candidates attaining a pass grade, which is grade D plus and above, was 634,082, which is 63.67% in the year 2025, compared to 605,774, which is 62.76% in the year 2024. National schools produced the highest number of candidates with an overall mean grade of A, which was 1,526, followed by extra county schools, which had 197, and private schools, which had 185. Sub-county schools, however, produced more candidates in the category of C plus and above compared to county schools, accounting for 72,699 and 36,600 respectively. I wish to reiterate that our stand on the integrity of examinations in November last year, we indicated that there were reported cases under investigation and that action would be taken upon conclusion of the investigations. At the conclusion of the KCSE examination, 1,180 candidates were found to have been involved in examination irregularities. Consequently, and in line with the applicable law and regulations, their examination results have been cancelled. Individual candidates' examination results will be accessed online through a link on the NEC website or directly through the following link: results.nec.ac.ke, and candidates will be required to enter their index number and one of their names as per the registration data for the 2025 KCSE examination. The results will be live and accessible immediately after the end of this function. It is now my humble duty and privilege to declare the 2025 KCSE examination results officially released. I wish all the candidates success in their future endeavors, and to all of you, Happy New Year, thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together again for Waziri. Thank you very much, Waziri, for now as we prepare for the transition to the official handover of the results. Allow me to recognize our area member of parliament, Honorable Phyllis Barto, who is also the committee member of the National Assembly oversighting education. Professor Barto, welcome. Maybe you can come and say hi to your people. You can just come and say hi. Yeah, for 1 or 2 minutes, and then Waziri now will finalize the remaining part of the program. Karibu, Professor.
Thank you, PS. Let me ride on the protocol already observed and use this opportunity to welcome all of us to Chebisas High School. Chebisas is the only national school in Moiben constituency. And Buenos Aires, it's a great honor for you to bring the results, the release of results to Moiben constituency this day. And I'm glad that I have heard that the students or our schools in this region were not involved in any examination malpractice. And I want to thank our principals, our teachers, and all those who participated in the examinations, the security, all the way, for a very credible exercise. And I'm very proud, as the area member of parliament, I'm very proud of my people of Moiben constituency. I want to take this opportunity also to congratulate all the students in Kenya whose results are being released today, and I want to encourage them that there is no result which is not good. All results are good, and they prepare us for different pathways, so we celebrate ourselves. Even completing high school is an achievement on its own. So I want to congratulate all our students as they prepare their careers henceforth, those who will go to universities, those who will go to TVETs, and those who will pursue different careers in their lives. This is just the beginning, and all will be well. I want to also congratulate my candidates from Moiben constituency, and I know the choice of Moiben constituency to release the results is an indication that the results from our constituency are improved. That's an indication that we improved. So I want to thank everybody, and karibuni sana. Asanteni.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for area member of parliament and member of committee of education for national assembly. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. Pass our regards to the entire committee. As the CS has said, we really appreciate the support we received from the Committee of Education in the National Assembly. Asante sana. It's now my humble duty again to invite Waziri to do now the ceremony. Let us wait a little bit. It's not going to be a long ceremony of presentation of these results. Karibu Waziri.
Thank you very much, everyone. We'll now have the final prayer and the person doing the vote of thanks.
Thank you very much. As it is the order, let us complete with our prayer. And our prayer, before we have the
that's it. The 2025 KCSE results have been officially.
And I wish to take this opportunity on behalf of all
Julius Ogamba, and that happened at AIC Chebisas High School in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County, where also the president has been camping for a number of days. And as you heard from the Cabinet Secretary, 993,226 candidates sat for the 2025 KCSE, and out of 990,000, 50%, of course, girls.
And we want to say, going forward, we will be looking forward for you decentralizing the release of results to different areas, and more so in Uasin Gishu. Two, I want to thank Wasiri for the support that he has been giving to this school. Wasiri, you are here in March, and you are here again today. And going by your word that you said in the boardroom, that next time you come to this school, you would expect our complex to be complete. This is a challenge to our peers and all of us, the stakeholders concerned. And I'm happy that even as we release KCSE 2026, possibly when you come to Uasin Gishu again, you'll get that complex complete. I want to thank the Ministry of Education for the reforms that we are making. We have a very digitized system of admission, and we are seeing the reforms that we are making in the ministry. We want to really appreciate, on behalf of all my colleagues, the principals, I want to applaud the ministry for what you are doing. We look forward to a seamless transition from grade 9 to grade 10, and as I stand here, Chebisa's Boys is on the lead, fully prepared to receive the candidates, to receive the students of grade 10 on Monday. Finally, I want to thank our Teacher Service Commission for the work that they are doing to ensure that all our schools are staffed in our country. Thank you so much. Thank you all the stakeholders. Thank you so much the Board of Management of Chebisa's Boys, led by our chairman.
And that was the 2025 KCSE results being released from AIC Chebisa's Boys or rather High School in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County by Cabinet Secretary for Education Julius Ogamba, of course, being flanked by the PS Education Professor Julius Bitok. Of course, the NEC officials and of course the CEO and even the chairperson, and of course the area leaders are there in Uasin Gishu County. And so 993,226 candidates sat for 2025 KCSE, and out of that number, 50%, actually more than 50% were girls, and of course about 49.9% were boys. So more girls sat for that particular paper, rather exam, more than boys. And of course another figure is that 270,000